Hello! It's time for my sketchbook tour. This sketchbook is not completely finished. It's too large for me. So I got very stressed out about trying to fill the pages and decided that I wanted to move on to a much smaller sketchbook that is easier for me to fill. I am returning to traditional art after being a strictly digital artist since 2015, to the point where my handwriting got really bad because I wasn't using pen and paper. So I literally am very new to sketchbooks because I've just never really used them committedly. I'm very much the type of artist that likes to skip pages and give up on pieces, so this was an endeavor for me to get as far as I did in this sketchbook and not give up on it. I have about 12 pages left in it, but I might finish them, but I might not. I probably won't at this point. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So this cover, I originally did it in the grabby acrylic paint pens. However, the material of the sketchbook made it so that the paint pens kind of stuck inside the little dimples of the material, and it would cause all this paint splatter, and it was really hard to draw with. So when I got my Artex markers, they kind of glide on the book, and I was able to basically cover up the original drawing with those paint markers and make it better. So it's a drawing of myself. It's kind of cheesy, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so let's go ahead and open her up. So the first drawing is of a RuneScape. It's a RuneScape piece. I love RuneScape. It's not my favorite piece. I gave her a giraffe neck and it bothers me. I colored the piece in Artex acrylic markers and lined it using some these liners right here. Master's Touch Fine Art Studio water and fade proof marker or fine liners. They're all right. That's me from 2019 when I went to Japan. I was taking pictures by myself in the photo booth. I didn't have anybody that wanted to take pictures with me in the tour group that I was on, and I did not know that there's a little screen on the outside of the photo booth that shows video of the person inside the photo booth taking their pictures. So I didn't know that a small crowd had gathered watching me inside the photo booth, not knowing how to use this machine, looking like an absolute idiot, taking all of these pictures. And when I came out, I had this crowd there and they were clapping for me, and it was so embarrassing. So yeah, if you go in alone, just know that there might be people watching you take those pictures, and it's awkward. So yeah. This is I was trying to practice with colored pencils, so this is a little drawing I did of my family, myself, my boyfriend, and my daughter. This was a drawing of Jolene that I did with watercolor and the grabby acrylic paint pens. I did it in this sketchbook. This is it's just a really weird paper, and the binding is so awkward and due to the size of the book that it's really hard to draw in. So I went ahead and just took it out and just added it in here, because underneath this is the first drawing that was actually in the sketchbook. This was a page that I added with just tape. I took it out of the back of the book. But I hated the drawing that I did. I used my Copic markers and they were about dried out, so the drawing is just not good. So I just went ahead and took the drawing from this sketchbook and added it in and made it look a little better. Then I've got some Raven drawings. I love Teen Titans. It's been my favorite anything since 2003. I love drawing Raven and Starfire especially. So there's a lot of mostly Starfire in here, but yeah. And then I've got a random girl at the bar done with the grabby acrylic markers, and then Eve, she's my OC. This was done with watercolor. I don't know why I tried watercolor on Bristol board. It ended up ruining the binding of my entire book because of the water, so I don't like this page. And then I've got some little Kirby's that I did with the Grabby paint pens. I just referenced some Mimi Kirby's off of Mimi. That's some meme-ish? Meme? Some meme-ish Kirby's. I was trying to say like Mimi as in like meme-ish. I know how to say meme, I promise. Anyways, I was trying to reference some meme-ish Kirby's off of Pinterest, and that's what those are. This was originally a page of swatches of markers, and it was atrocious because something that I'm really trying not to do is swatch in my sketchbook. I think I forget about the permanence of traditional art and I just swatch on the page. So there's a couple pages where I'm just swatching away and they look really bad. So now I have a swatch page and I'm trying to do a lot better about that. So I went ahead and did a Chapel Rowan piece. I like it. I think she's cute. And then I colored it using the Artex markers. That's my main medium from really this point on. This is a drawing of Eve. This was when I was still learning the Artex markers, so the blending is rough. Yeah, she's cute. And then a RuneScape piece I did. And then a little fire cape. Little fire cape. I don't have a fire cape. And then the swatches. A little drawing of myself. Just looking cute, looking fashionable, trying to. And then my coworker wanted me to draw him, so I did. I just did a little doodle. And I needed to practice drawing guys, so it worked out. I was trying to practice blending with the Artex markers, and it failed, so I just gave up on the piece. I was trying to fill the space, and because I'm really bad at filling the space of such a large sketchbook, I just drew a random witch girl and she looks like crap. And because I was swatching on the page, it looks like crap. And then an alien girl, which I think she's cute. I just wish I did more with the piece. And then I drew Kita from Atlantis. No one ever gives her any attention and she deserves so much more attention. She's beautiful. And then a random girl to fill space. This was the piece I originally recorded for my Artex marker review. I did not like how it turned out. I felt like it didn't show off enough of like the blending capabilities of the markers, and I did not like the cat. I can't draw cats. I don't know why I tried to draw a cat. So yeah, and then I had all of the swatches over here, so I just took a page out of that leather sketchbook and just slapped it in there to cover up those swatches. And then this was from another sketchbook that I had. I just went ahead and added it in there to cover up the swatches too. So this was another piece that I did with the Artex markers. I was trying to play around with blending and practice blending. I feel like I like the top. I like the pants. I like how she turned out, honestly. There's just a couple things about it that I wish I could have changed. And then I did a little self-portrait of myself. I hate this piece. I just don't like it. It's just not very great. I can't draw cats, and I was trying to draw a cat from memory like a fucking Nimrod. And so the cat looks derpy as hell. She would have been okay if I finished the piece. I didn't finish it, so none of the blending is good. Like, I was working on the face when I gave up on it, and so like I wasn't able to finish in it, like anything on it. And then the cat just looks derpy and it's just dumb. I don't know why I didn't reference the cat. I was trying to make this page look better. I had no ideas, so I just took a page out of it, out of a notepad that I doodled on, and just taped it in there to make it look a little better. This page, Starfire looks decent, okay? Kinda. I'm trying to get back to like used to doing line art, like lining with pens. So my line art is rough, okay? But I was trying to figure out how best to do her skin tone, because at the time I only had one set of, or those two sets of acrylic markers, but they didn't have like the right tones of orange. to do like a darker tone of orange with her skin. So I was kind of struggling to figure out like the best blending with her skin. So I was trying to play around with that and play around with her hair. And I wanted to do a spread that went over, but then I'm like, what do I fill the space with? Random anime girl that doesn't make any sense with the rest of the spread. I could have drawn Terra, I could have drawn Bumblebee, I could have drawn anything else. But I didn't. So the page is ruined. And then I gave up on Raven because I didn't have the right tones of blue that I was really vibing with. So the page is shot. Again, I'm so bad at filling up space. I'm so much better, I feel like, at filling up space already in my new sketchbook because it's so much smaller. And I get more confident as the sketchbook goes, so the pages do get a little better. But the space, it just makes me so mad. Anyways, I got sent the Artex 126 color pencil set, and I needed to practice with colored pencils because I haven't used them since high school. So this was me practicing with colored pencils. She's cute, but then what do I fill the space with? A random ass drawing of a girl with headphones, and she looks ugly. She just looks ugly. And then and then I got this drawing of a random anime girl that I drew. This was for the Artex marker review, and I like how she turned out. This was like my first official piece with the markers because I was practicing with them for a few days. So this was me like actually putting in my practice and seeing how it all worked out. I like the piece a lot. I think it shows how far my markers have come since the first couple of attempts. And then to fill the space, I just drew a random girl in a dress. And I may color that one, but I don't know. And then I did Starfire. I wanted to do a full spread. I was inspired by the last Starfire that I drew with her hair going over the binding. So I wanted to do that, but her hair has no dimension. Yeah, so that. But I like the concept. I might redo it in my new sketchbook now that I've learned more techniques with these markers, and I've become a lot more confident with them. I feel like I would be able to improve on this piece quite greatly. We don't need to look at him, but this is Eve, my OC. I went ahead and I wanted to practice blending. You can really see my improvement with the markers from the first couple of pieces onto this one. And I feel like this one is like really showing that improvement. So I was more confident with the colors. I was more exploratory with the colors and blending, like blending her hair and everything like that. So I like this piece a lot. This one I was trying to draw a guy and I can't draw guys. So he kind of looks like the ugly baby from Ice Age, so sad day. This one, I was just trying to use these markers instead of using a combination of the two, or mostly these ones. I love these ones personally. And these ones kind of leave like a streakiness behind when you try to blend them together, the way that I like to blend the colors. So I'm not a huge fan of that aspect of those markers, but I like the fine tipness of the pens. You can get like really good line work with them if that's what you desire. And they leave a nice painterly effect if that's what you're looking for. Like I like the horns, I like parts of the hair. There's just some parts like the shoulder that I wish I was able to get a smoother blend with those markers. This was another swatch page. So I covered it with a different page from the back of the sketchbook, and I just drew a random witch on it. This is done with the Papermate Clear Point Velocity colored lead pencils. They erase really well, so I really like these ones because they don't leave a smudge of color on the paper or anything. It actually like erases pretty efficiently. This was the spread that I did for my review of the shaken acrylic markers. I did this one and this one in the video. This was my practice. This was when I really got down to like the nitty-gritty of using these markers and trying them out. And that was kind of when I fell in love with the markers altogether. Just in general, I love these markers. It's all I use. So I love this spread. I really do. I think it's one of my better spreads in this whole sketchbook. And doing this, I think, inspired me more to do sketchbook spreads because I liked how this one turned out so much. So the next one is not a spread. It's but I like this drawing a lot. I think this one is adorable. Let me make sure I didn't skip one. Yeah. I think this one's adorable, and I might redraw her digitally because she's that cute. I was trying to draw a mermaid. I wanted to play around with doing speckles with those markers. It's not my best work. It's not my best work. And then I didn't know what to fill the space with, as usual. So, you know, she's in an empty void. This is my favorite spread. I wanted to do some more RuneScape art and make it more refined. So I went ahead and drew my character in the current mage outfit that I have for my character because I'm broke and I'm only like level 40 in magic. So yeah, I drew my character doing a home teleport, doing firebolt, and then just standing there with their fire staff. None of the magic looks like, nothing looks like this in RuneScape, but you know, we can dream. And then I did a Starfire spread. Her name in the 1980s comics, it's Coriander. Well, I mean, that's her actual name anyways, but in the 1980s comics, they use it a lot more. So I went ahead and did like a little nameplate for her. I referenced a couple panels from the 1980s comics and then just drew them. And then this one, I just drew Starfire. I didn't reference a panel. And then I went ahead and did a practice piece with some colored pencils of Starfire. I referenced the outfit that Starfire was wearing in a comic panel, and then I just changed up the pose and gave her a cute little purse. I like this spread a lot. I think it's very pretty. This spread I have mixed feelings about because I think it's a cute concept. I just wish I expanded on it more.
Pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkins. And then this is just a random spread of pumpkins that I did. I didn't know what to do with the space, so I just drew a random pumpkin and some vines. And then this was a page that I did in a mixed media sketchbook. I don't plan on using that sketchbook. I really don't like the feeling of mixed media paper, so I decided to just take the page out and put it in here since it matched the theme. These are just some random guys that I was trying to practice drawing. These are not with reference, so they probably don't look right. And then I went ahead and did some just random drawings of girls and used the Artex markers to do like a little focal point color behind them. This is my OC Eve. I wanted to practice drawing her with like different, different aspects, doing different things. I really liked how this sketch turned out, so the next spread is actually a colored version of this. So I just, spent some time drawing her, doing different things. This, I think, is where my digital art mind comes in. I like to do like fully rendered pieces as much as I can, and I think that's just something that's going to be a big aspect of me, is that I really like to do fully rendered pieces. So I went ahead and did a rendered piece of, a colored piece of that sketch that I did on the previous page, and then I did another piece of her just kind of chilling with a pig. I was trying to practice with colored pencils, so I did another piece of Eve. I don't like how the hat is kind of lopsided at the top. It really bothers me. And then I wanted to draw a sister for her, so this is her sister Chloe, and then I drew them together. And then I decided to do another big spread, but this time of the two sisters together. I really like how this one turned out. There's a couple things I might change, if I could, but yeah, it's all right. And now we're getting to the point where I'm kind of over this sketchbook. So This is another RuneScape piece that I started. I don't know if I'm going to finish it. It's just such a big piece, and I've used and drained so much ink from my markers trying to fill up these big pages with black, because that's probably what I would do with this piece. And I just don't see myself wanting to do that right now. I like the firebolt. It's my favorite firebolt that I've done. So I'll give it that. But frankly, going around and coloring all of these runes, it's not in my agenda right now. Yeah. Got one more rendered piece in here, but on the left side there's Kagome, Inuyasha, some random chick, and another random chick wearing a Kirby hat. And then this is Eve looking up at a star. I really like this piece. Honestly, I'm quite impressed with how this piece turned out. I'm very happy with it. And then now we're getting to the last piece in the sketchbook, and this is where I'm just kind of done with it. Like I said, there's only about 12 pages left. This is just a celestial character that I drew in a Celestial OC video. I think she's adorable. I like how she turned out. I think she's very pretty. I think as a treat, I'll go ahead and show you guys the current sketchbook that I'm working in and just show you a couple of pages in there that I have done. So this is the sketchbook. I painted the cover using the Artex acrylic markers. As you can see, they really do glide across like this cover, and I really love how they work on that cover. So the first page, I redeemed myself. So this is a new RuneScape drawing. So I did not like the RuneScape drawing that I did in the first cover piece. So I went ahead and just did a new one in this one. And I felt a lot more confident filling this page and drawing in this sketchbook already. So I knew that this was a better match for me personally. This page I'm not done with yet, but I am going to fill it. I drew Eve and then another character from her universe, Sanchez. And then I've got a little piece of Eve. She's very cute. And then I wanted to practice drawing men, so I drew Anakin. And then I drew Frodo. And then an angry Anakin. I think his mouth is a little small, but I tried. And then to fill the space, I went ahead and practiced drawing some leaves. I really like how the leaves turn out. I like the painterly effect of the leaves. And then the page is shiny, so I drew a ring behind him. I used this Artex marker. It has a nice shine to it. I'm trying to get more confident with drawing with ballpoint pen again, because I used to do a lot of pen drawings in high school. It used to be like my main tool of choice, so I'm trying to get more confident with pen again. So I drew some Raven and Starfire. I drew Eve and Chloe together, braiding each other's hair. I really like this piece. I think it's very simple, it's cute. I tried drawing a mirror and then having the reflection of her in the mirror, but I could not for the life of me figure out how to draw the reflection, so I just said screw it and covered it with a blackness and filled it in with constellations. So I guess it's a chalkboard with constellations or something. And then this is the last page. I drew Chell, and I used that marker to add gold behind her. I think it just makes it look so cool. And then I did a pen doodle of Raven with some purple behind her. So I already feel a lot more confident with this sketchbook. I have so much left to go. So yeah, that was my sketchbook tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry if I rambled a lot. I'm not used to doing these types of videos. But if you enjoy these types of videos and you want more art from me, I'd ask you to possibly consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.